Hello, everyone, and welcome to our unboxing and reading today. So, we are looking at a new deck. I just recently purchased this deck from, I think it's called Ibiza on Etsy. So, um, it's a very nice site on Etsy. They have a lot of different card decks. If you're here and you like to use cards, they have a lot of different card decks. And I just wanted to unbox these. I light my sage and I just wanted to unbox these with you. This is called Ancestor's Blessings. And it just came today in the mail. So I was pulled to this deck. I was on the site looking at other decks, and I ended up seeing this one, and it really caught my attention. So I work a lot with the ancestral energies. Um, when I first started my uh, energy work, I had a lot of ancestral energy coming through. So I really felt like I was supposed to buy these. So I just thought that we would unbox them together. So this is the site, and it comes with like an envelope style box, right? So you pop it open, and I believe these are 22 cards, I believe. So here's what the envelope looks like inside. And let's take a look at the cards. So it has about the deck, so it tells you information about the deck. I'm not going to read this, but if you're interested, you could always, there we go, it zoomed in. You could always pause the video and you can read it. I'll read it. I'll read it later. I'm not really interested in reading it right this minute because I'm just doing a reveal. So, and of course, this tells you if you're new to buying the cards and you're new to using the cards, this is a page that tells you how to use the cards. Right? Again, there is, your own way as well. But we have the internal guardian. I am just going to bring my sage over, and as we're going through them, I'm just going to run the sage. I like to use sage to clear my cards. The wisdom of the elders. Let me raise my camera a little bit. I think that would help too if I raise the camera a little bit. Okay, that way I'm not so close to the sage. I don't want to sage my card. The blessing of prosperity. The sacred offering. Dream master. Wisdom keeper. Sacred thread. The river of legacy. This is nice cardstock too. It's not um, your cards aren't going to be they're not like your cards aren't going to get destroyed like unless you really like it's nice cardstock. So very nice pictures. The flame of reunion. The hurlum of power. Circle of strength. Ancestor shield. Harvest of blessings. The keepers of stories. And the healer's touch. Okay, so one of the things I like to do when I have a new deck is I like to sage the energy of the deck, and there's no wrong way to cleanse your cards. These cards don't have bad energy though. Like I can feel them. You can tell that they're made with love and they're shipped with love, and they came packaged with love. So after I sage them, I hold them to my chest and I just give gratitude and thanks to the cards for giving us the readings for our highest good, for being a part of our readings and our communication with our highest self and purpose and supporting our needs. Okay, so we are just going to shuffle the cards. They are a little big, so they're like hand size. Yeah. But there's not a lot of them, so they're pretty easy. They're not that hard to shuffle because there's not a lot of them. So if you have little hands, you can still probably shuffle these very well. So all we're going to do is just pull some cards for our highest good. So we're just setting the intention that these cards are going to give us a message with the ancestral energy for what it is that we need to know during our path at this time. Okay, so we're just asking for some spiritual guidance um, with the cards because sometimes, there's a lot going on and our minds could be blocked and we don't hear the words. And so the cards just help to give some spiritual guidance in this situation. So let's take a look. We got those two, and I'm going to pull a closing card. And we have the eternal flame of love. Their love is eternal. Can you see that? Wording is a little small. Their love is eternal. It warms and protects you even in the darkest times. Feel the unconditional love of your ancestors. It shields, nurtures, and lights your journey. And then we have the River of Legacy, which is really beautiful. The card. It says, the river flows with ancestral wisdom. Let it carry you towards purpose and clarity. Align with your ancestral legacy. Trust their wisdom to guide you towards your destined path. The wisdom of the elders, our closing card. The elders whisper truths. Listen closely to hear the echoes of ancient wisdom. Seek advice from elders. Their experiences are rich with lessons to guide you in your present journey. Okay, and then this card here, there's like lots of different symbolisms. It looks like there might be like books and things. So a lot of the times people think like elder guidance is spiritual, which in many cases it is. For a lot of people, it can be very, very spiritual. But also we have to remember that the elders often wrote things down. For example, like recipes, they would often leave recipes in books and things that would help towards different kinds of illnesses, things like that. They also wrote things down in books that you can find that can really help you understand certain situations and certain things that are happening in your life or in the world right now. And so there are definitely symbols here that represent different things as well. So based off of your based off of your religion or your beliefs or your background, ancestral background, that is where you might want to look into. And if you're guided to look into other areas, do that as well. Like when I was, for example, when I was studying um, religion, for example, I was always, whatever I found in one area, I was always told by spirit to Google Egypt. And so I would Google Egypt and it would always link back there somehow. So if you're being pulled to to go in a direction that you're not quite understanding why, just go with it, because a lot of times your ancestral guidance or your spiritual guidance will lead you down like a rabbit hole. And so sometimes it's better not to question, just seek just seek to know. And often when you seek to know, it will be revealed to you, right? So even if it's not any affiliation with your Pacific upbringing or anything like that, if it's still there and you have this deep desire to do it, I would suggest looking it up and doing the education and the knowledge, right? So, and the river of legacy. So water is fluent. This reminds me of the spine as well, like going up like the Kundalini style energy and the healing of the spine. Um, so water is life. Water is energy. Water is memory. Water is sacred. Water often holds emotions, right? So this can symbolize as within, so without, as above, so below, right? This can symbolize DNA, like things that are passed down through your genetics, right? Because uh, we are made up of many different fluids within our bodies when it comes to like um, our DNA and our chemistry and things like that, and the different kinds of blood types that we have and stuff like that. So this river of legacy, this is represents what comes before you, but it also represents the present, and it's going to represent the future, because what comes after you is also considered a legacy as well. So that would be like the river of legacy. It it continues to flow in many different ways. Okay, so that has a lot to do with what kind of wisdom are you carrying that maybe you haven't truly unlocked yet. A lot of things from our ancestors, they were purposely stopped in history. If you look back at history, a lot of things that our ancestors knew how to do and a lot of things that our ancestors did, they were purposely not allowed to do those things. And therefore, those things eventually ceased to exist in some cultures and in some ways. Many, many people tried to continue those teachings, but at the same time, a lot of the teachings were changed because they weren't allowed to be practiced outwardly and freely. So there was a time where a lot of this stuff was done in secret, and some things may have been lost. So one thing that we know with spirit, and one thing that we know about the river of legacy is once you connect within you, that flow starts to come, right? So it's almost like when an animal is being hunted and they have to adapt, the next couple species after that particular situation is born with the adaptation of knowing that this, and this needs to be done. So the animal might not know why they do it. It's just an instinct, right? So a lot of things I've seen it already with a lot of people that are learning to do things, and they're like, I don't know why, but I felt like I was supposed to do it this way, or I felt like it was supposed to be done this way, and I don't know where it came from. And it's because it's instinctly within you. So what is done before you is carried in your memory, is carried in your DNA, it's carried in your spiritual memory, your energetic field, your energy within you. And it's hard to explain it, but if you study spirit and you study energy and things, you understand that things exist within the knowing. Okay, it's just, when a baby is born, they know that they're supposed to um look for milk, right? They know that they're supposed to nurse, right? So it's an instinct. And when you are able to connect to something that was a part of your culture or a part of your spiritual path, when you connect, then it's very common for many things to unfold as you're connecting. So, if you hear any noises, that's my dog. She's a pug and she loves to be in here with me. And so if you hear any noises, that is my dog. Um, so yeah, when you unlock these hidden abilities within you, you are then able to teach them to others, which then unlocks the legacy and allows it to come back to life and allows it to be seen, heard, and known for generations to come. So you're not it doesn't it doesn't just end with your ancestors or with your um, past people, but the wisdom is then unlocked within you, which was carried to you from them, and then that in return unlocks it for those ahead of you. Right? So as you learn, you are also teaching. As you teach, you're also passing that legacy on. So the eternal flame of love. So this one here, as we can see, it has the heart, it has the fire. So within each of us is our own divine connection to our creator, to the creator who has made all things possible on this earth. From the animals to being able to go outside and breathe and exist, all of that, everything that is given freely is given from the Creator, right? So this eternal flame is going within your heart, connecting to your heart space and to the love within you. And that love then connects you to who you truly are, where you're truly from, and to the creator of all things. And you begin to understand love on a different level. You begin to understand how to heal from certain things. And you also are able to learn how to connect this love to your ancestors. You understand why certain things happen, why certain people may have felt certain ways, why certain things may have unfolded the way they did because of wounding, because of pain, suffering, things like that. All of that is passed down as well. As we pass down this river of legacy, we're also passing down the river of pain as well. We're passing down the river of trauma, right? So it is a legacy, but it carries more than just great memories. It carries the tears, the pain, the heartache of all of those who have been before us and who have suffered before us. But like it says here, you get the wisdom from that as well. It installs the wisdom and the love within you. So one of these one of the main things, I should say, one of the main things is understanding and forgiving because as we are being able to see every day, the earth is unfolding so many truths that have been deeply, deeply hidden within our culture, our life, our ancestors' lives. And the truth that is being revealed is global. It's not just one area, it's global. So we have to allow this eternal flame of love to really heal us so that as we heal ourselves and we heal these emotions that we feel with the situations that are coming up, as we feel these emotions within us, we are then able to send that energy back into our lifespan, into our energy field that connects us to our ancestors, and we're able to release and help them to heal as well. We're able to release that energy from our energy field, from our DNA. We're able to heal and change things. Um, I'm not really like into the whole science perspective of it, but I've seen people study the what is within our energy and within our chemistry and our makeup and things. And it is really amazing how we can pass things down without the teachings. It's just installed within us to know. It's like people say, I don't know why I'm so afraid to fly in an airplane, or I don't know why I'm so afraid to climb a ladder, or I don't know why I'm so afraid um to explore and go to this particular place. And it could definitely have something to do with your ancestors, with their experience, with something that was handed down to you through that energetic spiritual line. And a lot of times when we heal those areas within us, it helps us to release those attachments or fears. So it can be past life, uh, it can be like your past life as well, but it can also be associated with what was handed down, what was the trauma that was handed down to you during that situation. I know there was a big study on children and how children were affected during like pregnancy and things by the situations that was going on within their mother's uh, pregnancy. So like if there was a lot of things going on in the pregnancy, sometimes the child was born with um, different emotional situations, like very empathetic. They were born with the ability to be able to handle things when it came to like stress and stuff like that, because they were already being prepared in the womb to handle those kind of emotions because they were feeling everything that their mother was feeling at the time. So they were born with very high empathetic abilities, right? So like there's many different paths that you could look at. We're not going to go into that today, but like you have to understand that when you are looking at ancestral, there's no one path, it's many paths. And they come together in many different ways for many different reasons on many different occasions. And so the main thing about this flame is that it is within you. It is within your children. It is within your parents. It is within your grandparents. It is within their parents. It is a flame that has been there since creation, and it is passed down through each birth process within our heart space. So our hearts are physical, but they also have a spiritual connection, a very deep divine spiritual connection. So there is a spiritual side to it and there is a physical side to it. Okay, so looking at your heart flame, what are you doing to keep your heart open? What are you doing to process the energies that are in your life and the energies that are in the world coming into your field? You know, are you able to keep your heart open? Are you able to offer forgiveness? Are you able to see things differently from a different perspective of things? One of the things we have to understand is finger pointing often is more of understanding why this occurred versus pointing fingers at, well, they don't like this and this and that. But there's a deeper undersurface reason. And when you are working with the heart, and the fire within the heart, that's one of the things you have to do is you got to go deeper than the surface. You have to really want to know. If you want to know, then you will seek and you will find. But it depends on how many levels you're truly wanting to go down and how deeply you truly want to heal. Ancestral healing with you can be very different than ancestral healing with somebody else as well, because we each have a different experience and our ancestors have each had different experiences. So it could be very, very different, but it still is like it's almost like how they explain it as an onion. You're pulling off layers. So you're pulling off layers in your life, but don't be surprised if you don't do research and find out that what was going on in your life has happened in your family's life. You know, usually it ends up appearing again and again, even if you don't want it to, even if you're not looking for it, it'll just happen because it is almost like an energy form taking place that is a part of the field that you are in. So in order to be like what they call a generational breaker or healer, when that comes into your life, you have to address it, you have to heal it, you have to move past it without carrying that energy on with you. And that's one of the main things when it comes to the eternal flame love is really truly loving yourself, forgiving yourself, and sending that love back into your history, sending that love out into your from your heart space out into your energetic field of family and existence and ancestors that go way back. You can send love to the past by just simply holding it in your heart and then just sending it there, just sending it to family that came way before you and just sending them love can truly bring forth this flame within you and this healing that you will feel. You'll just feel it. It's hard to explain it in words, but you will feel the healing when it comes into your life and into um your situation that you are in. So healing's very important, and one of the things these cards say is that you're not alone and that you are um, cared for in every situation that you're going through. So I would definitely recommend checking into your ancestral background, seeing how it ties in with your life, and looking at making the connection between what your life is is showing and where it connects to where you're being pulled to look into on things deeper. So this is our reading with the ancestral cards. Let me know in the comments what you think about them. Um, I hope to work with these more. I haven't. This is the first day I've looked at them, so I will take more time to go through them one by one myself. But um, beautiful deck. It is on Etsy. Again, you can find this deck on Etsy, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Bye.